Kevin O'Connell, what happened to him? Who knows? Who cares? I'm talking about his potential staff right now. Cue the intro. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. Look, the Houston Texans requested for an interview from Kevin O'Connell, and whether or not this is going to happen, or if it is, if it isn't, I don't know. I literally don't. All I know is they're going to the Super Bowl. They're facing the Bengals. That's going to be a separate video where I will try to dissect that as best as I could. I think that's going to be a fun game. Zach Taylor, Sean McVay. Ooh, it just sounds like some fireworks about to happen. But regardless, let's push that to the side and let's talk some Texans football real quick, as they did request for an interview from Kevin O'Connell, who, if you don't know, is the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. He started his coaching venture with the Cleveland Browns in 2015 as the quarterbacks coach, where they had Johnny Manziel. And that's not too good. Going off from that, he's going to the San Francisco 49ers for 1 year with Chip Kelly. Another not so great thing for him. But then he goes to the Washington football team, and where he pretty much climbed the ladder and was there for a few years, actually, into where he was offensive coordinator 1 year in 2019. Then after that, obviously, Sean McVay's with the Los Angeles Rams already by then, and he goes to the Rams because they get let go. And new staff came in. Ron Rivera doesn't keep Kevin O'Connell. Long story short, that's how he got to be with the Los Angeles Rams. Kevin O'Connell is young, pretty smart dude, and seems to be a very intriguing, interesting head coaching option for the Houston Texans. Offensively is what I like to see, is just something, seems to be something a little different than what we're not supposed to see from the Texans offense. It seems like for almost pretty much the entire 12 years, 13, 14 years, we knew what this Texans offense is going to be. And I think with somebody like Kevin O'Connell, that could change. We could be a little more unexpected, hopefully. Okay. But with that being said, let's go ahead and go into this potential coaching staff, as people are going, man, well, who could be his offensive coordinator? He's the head coach, offensive coordinator. We got a guy that obviously this is fun to talk about because this is going to excite diehard Texan fans and Oiler fans. Wes Phillips is a name that is coming up to be an offensive coordinator. He's currently the tight ends coach and passing game coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. And again, this is a fun name. Wes Phillips, obviously the grandson of Bum Phillips, the son of Wade Phillips, has went into his career and he followed Kevin O'Connell. He's been with him pretty much. He was with him in the Washington football team, has a tie there, has a tie with the Los Angeles Rams, has worked with Kevin O'Connell, has worked with Sean McVay, has worked with Zach Taylor. This sounds like a match for the Houston Texans, and Wes Phillips could bring in this new, young, trendy offensive coordinator that, yes, he's potentially could be a head coach sometime in this league if everything works well for him. But I think the tag team duo of Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips can really manufacture the best out of Davis Mills. And I understand people want Pep Hamilton to be here. I get that. I understand the continuity that's going to bring, but I just don't think he's going to be here no more on this Texan staff. I could be wrong. Who knows? But I don't see Pep Hamilton being here no more. Wes Phillips is the name for me in terms of offensive coordinator if Kevin O'Connell comes to the Texans. And now defensively, you got a few names that it's a little jumbled. I'm not too excited for. And this is possibly where Nick Caserio, who has a relationship with Kevin O'Connell, he was a former Patriot, drafted in the 3rd round, longtime backup quarterback that never did anything, practice squad guy, possibly scout team guy. So, but Kevin O'Connell knows what he's signing up for. He has a relationship with Nick Caserio, so maybe they keep Lovie Smith at defensive coordinator. Maybe. Overall, Lovie Smith did exceed expectations this year, and I'm not excited to keep him. But I could see why they keep him, because the defensive coordinators we got, and you're either going to take a really big risk or you're going to go with something tried and true. And I might as well just stick with Lovie Smith. The tried and true option, Mike Pettin. He's currently with the Chicago Bears as a senior defensive analyst, pretty similar to what Romeo Crennel's doing. And look, he was in Cleveland whenever Kevin O'Connell was there. Mike Pettin, he's had some solid defenses, nothing to go crazy about. Had some decent, really, actually, some pretty good years with the Green Bay Packers as their defense coordinator. But overall, it's not something I'm excited about, really. Mike Pettin doesn't move the needle for me that much further than Lovie Smith. I'd rather just keep Lovie Smith. I know who he is, and everybody fits that scheme of a 4-3. The other defensive coordinator now that I'm going to talk about, in which could be a riskier option, but possibly pays off in the long run, is Elijah Evero. And I know I'm butchering that name, but it was a pretty tough name to mention. Evero is his last name. He's been 5 seasons with the Los Angeles Rams, been with Sean McVay for the entirety of the 5 seasons, currently the safeties coach / pass game coordinator as well. And that's pretty interesting to look at in terms of the DB's coach also being a pass game coordinator. That's very interesting. Also, a guy that's worked with the Green Bay Packers, worked with longtime defense coordinator there for a while, in Dom Capers. And Dom Capers, who we know has had very successful defenses in this league, attacking 3-4, blitz heavy, man-to-man. It sounds very familiar, doesn't it, Texan fans? It could come full circle to where Dom Capers possibly takes Romeo Crennel's job in sense of being a senior defensive analyst and helping out Evero, become an even better defensive coordinator. He's only 35 years old, but again, young, trendy coordinators are the wave for the NFL. I could see this happening, but I think Kevin O'Connell is going to probably lean towards more of a safer option. And Mike Pettin, who knows? I don't know. I have no clue. I'm just giving you the guys that are tied to the names and who I think could be on this potential staff. There's a few others that we'll get into. Like I said, I have it on a tweet. Go ahead and check out TheLead_HOU on Twitter if you want to see the rest of the potential coaching staff for Kevin O'Connell, who I do think could be a viable option for the Houston Texans as the next head coach. So that's it for today's video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for the notice to turn on. Drop your comments, your reactions down below in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think, guys? Kevin O'Connell's potential staff. I give you a few names right off the bat to be thinking about in terms of Kevin O'Connell if he came here with the Houston Texans. Whether or not he could pick his own staff, I have no idea. But make sure, enjoy. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.